Hey there, it's Otter. Let's talk about Multiview and DM NVX 380 series. This is the Technology Insider. All right, since we started talking about Multiview, one of the first things we've told everybody is that if you're going to be using Multiview, in other words, I want to have a source and I want to put it in a window, one of 6 on the screen, it's got to be encoded by 384 in or 385 in Multiview. And this is true. However, it is a modal set. So there's a couple switches and signals in programming that you can use to set the 384, 385 into Multiview mode. But then that might give you the idea of, well, if I want to do things like, the video wall and stuff like that when showing one image across them, or receive a signal from an external non-Multiview NVX device, that I might have to switch the modes. And that's not true. First of all, you don't want to. You don't want to switch it around because it requires a reboot. That's 2.5 minutes and not a great user experience. Nobody wants to deal with that. So what they did was, if Multiview is in single screen, you can pretty much pick up any NVX encode stream and display it. It's not till you start using more than one window that the rules change. Things like, I'm in one window, the video wall control's available. I go to side-by-side or any other view. All of a sudden, that control goes away. It just gets ignored and we go into the Multiview mode of multiple windows. If I have a source that I'm sending and it's not a Multiview encoder, as long as I'm in single screen, I can actually pick it up. And this is a kind of cool thing. Like I've mentioned, you get the video wall controls and stuff like that. So it kind of behaves. So you don't have to do that reboot. Just know that if I try to send a non-Multiview encoded source when in multiple windows, I'm going to get a little message that says TX not supported. Okay, that's what it looks like. There you go. So even though the rules say that, understand that a 384 in encoder mode is still putting out a standard 4K stream, or the standard NVX stream can be picked up by any decoder, and any encoder that's not in Multiview mode, in other words, 350, 360, that kind of stuff, I can still pick up that stream. I just have to be in single screen. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about some of the available features that are in the Multiview environment. First of all, from a programming point of view, we're no longer using the top level symbol where we had the video select, which could either be the stream, the subscription, right, the audio select. Those don't matter at the top end. We're going to be doing all of our work now in this mode down on slot 40. This is where I have access to select the stream or send the URL, right, the stream address, send my text, determine my transitions, do my window text, and do my window border. And there's an audio signal there, a layout select, and then your 6 groups of signals as I just described. Now there's a couple features in here that aren't necessarily, they're documented, but may not necessarily catch your eye. My favorite one just happens to be border follow audio. It's actually a value. So I basically in programming say, hey, border follow audio. Now, whatever I select it programmatically as my audio source, that window is going to get a border. That means that I know what I'm listening to. It takes care of that whole listen to thing, right? How you decide to navigate to that's, your choice. But the fact is that I only really have to say I want to listen to this, and then I get a border. Now I can change the border color, right? One of the things I was thinking about, green border for I can hear it, red border for muted, right? These kinds of things. Same thing with the text. I can change text color. I can change the background color on it. That way I can make sure that it stands out. And from the text part of it, I can do anything from send, hey, this is the current source that I'm looking at, which could be a source name, right? All of those kind of things to improve that overall user experience, both from the interface and the on-screen in the front of the room, are all there available. There's a lot of power in here that was built, and a lot of it that was made real easy. Things like using subscriptions, right? The encoder gets subscribed, part of a subscription list on the decoder. Now I'm just selecting a number. Of course, some of you would rather work with the stream address. That one's completely available. So there's plenty of scalability for your input list, your window layout control, your border and text controls, all kind of packaged there in slot 40. Well, there you go. I know it's short, but they gave me a camera, they gave me a mic, said make a show. There you go. Hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. I'm Otter. See ya.